Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to lesson number 29. So, first of all, this word su'r means leftover water. Leftover water. Adami means a human being. So, just like in some languages in Urdu, maybe you say Adami. Same with Arabic as well. Adami goes back to Adam. Ma yu'kal lahmu. Yu'kal, it means to eat. Akala ya'kulu yu'kal laham. It means flesh or meat. Laham. So, yu'kal lahmuhu, flesh that you can eat. Kalb, dog. Khinzir, pig. Siba is the plural of sab', which means predator. Baha'im is the jama' of, is the plural of bahima, which means an animal that cannot speak or creature that cannot speak. Basically what we call an animal. Bahima. Hirra, cat. Dajaja, chicken. Mukhallat refers to free range. Khalla yukhalli, that it's free to walk around and eat, not caged up. Siba, again done that. Tayr, guys know that, bird. Yaskun is from sakana yaskunu, sukun, which means to live. Or second. Buyut, it means a bayt, jama of bayt, house. Hayya is a snake. Fa'ra is a mouse or a rodent. Makruh is from the word kariha yakrahu. Kariha yakrahu. Dislike, to dislike something. Himar, a donkey. Baghal, a mule. Mashkuk is from the word shakka yashukku, to be in doubt. Shakka yashukku. Mashkuk, so this thing is mashkuk, meaning this thing is doubtful. Okay, yajidu, we've done this before. Wajada, to find. Yajidu. Wajada yajidu. Daraba yadribu. Tawadda'a yatawadda'u. A word came before as well. It means to do wudhu. Tayammama yatayammamu. Bab tafa'ul. It means to do dry ablution. Dry ablution, which the chapter will come later on. So tayammama yatayammamu. Bada'a yabda'u, to start, to initiate. Bada'a yabda'u. Bidaya, to start. Jaza, this word came before as well. Jaza yajuzu, it means to be permissible. Okay, next let's do a tarkeeb. Let me know if the detailed tarkeeb is too much for you guys, and I'll cut it down. So mudaf, su'r, and adami is mudaf ilayhi. Mudaf and the mudaf ilayhi becomes the ma'tuf alayhi, and the waw is the ataf. Then you've got ma yu'kal lahmuhu. Okay, the ma yu'kal ma is mawsul. Yu'kal lahmu fi'l fa'il. Mudaf and mudaf lahmuhu. Mudaf ilayh becomes the naib file of yu'kal. All that becomes sila of ma. That becomes ma'tuf alayh mubtada. Tahir is the khabar. Okay, next su'r al-kalb. Su'r al-kalb, same as before. Ma'tufs and ma'tuf alayhi, all that's going to become the mubtada. Waws are the atafs. Okay, so all of that is the mubtada. Mudaf ilayhi. And the najis is the khabar. Mudaf is marfu, notice, dhamma. Su'r is mudaf, hirra is mudaf ilayhi. Dajaj, waw is ataf. So the hirra is the ma'tuf. Okay. Siba is the mudaf, Tayr is the mudaf ilayhi. Yaskun fi'l and fa'il. The huwa goes back to the ma. Al-buyut is maf'ul bihi. And مثل الحية مضاف إليه, and that the same as before. Again, it's going to become mubtada. All of that is mubtada. Let me highlight it for you guys. So all of this is mubtada. Just like all of this is mubtada, just like all of this is mubtada. And then the word tahir is khabar, najis is khabar, makruh is khabar. Yep. Okay. And su'r al-himar. Okay, mudaf ilayhi. And baghal is the ma'tuf alayhi of himar. I've actually made a mistake above on the su'r al-adami. I'll try to correct that later. Mashkuk jar majrur fihima, and is fa ta'kid wa ataf in shart lam jazima. Okay, and fi'l yajid fa'il huwa goes back to a person, a hypothetical person. غيره مضاف مضاف إليه become مفعول به. All of this becomes the shart. توضأ becomes the jaza fi'l plus fa'il, and that becomes the jaza. بهما jar majrur, and then واو is ataf, tayammama is fi'l and fa'il. بأيهما جار بجار أيهما مجرور. بدأ فعل and fa'il. جاز is the fi'l and the fa'il as well. So I don't know if this is too much detail for you guys. I'm thinking I might cut it down. Let me know in the comments. If you guys tell me to keep it, inshallah I'll keep it, otherwise I'll cut it down. All that's the mubtada, مشكوك فيهما is the khabar. إن لم يجد غيرهما توضأ الشرط and jaza, etc. Right, so su'ur is basically to do with the idea of an animal's tongue, and i.e. the saliva from the tongue. It kind of mixes in, contaminates the water that you have. So now the question is that water that's left behind. So if you have a look at this video, you can see the tongue of the dog going there, and you can see it licking. So the tongue has saliva on there, that saliva gets into the water. So the saliva of the animal is in the ruling of its flesh. So a dog, we can't eat a dog, so therefore we can't drink the water which is left behind, and we can't do wudu with it. Basically, that's the whole issue here, that the sort of leftover water of a dog, are we allowed to do wudu with it? And then we're going to answer that, and we're going to say no. So sort is all to do with the leftover water. Now let's say, for example, like a human drinks water. What is the ruling of a human drinking water? Now, because a human is not impure, therefore the saliva is not impure. So if the saliva mixes with the water in the cup, you can drink that water, you can do wudu with that water, it's totally fine. Right, so this is an image of someone, a little child, drinking water from a cup. Okay, here's an image of a cow. Now I want you to look at the cow, how the cow will drink from that water. The tongue of the cow, might not be able to see it, but it mixes in with the water. So yeah, so now because the cow is an animal that we can eat, therefore its saliva is going to be clean for us, and hence it's fine. Another example is a goat. So again, you see over here, you might be able to see there, it drinks, the goat drinks from the water, and when it drinks from the water, its tongue, which has its saliva on there, mixes with that water. So now that water is clean for us because the saliva of a goat is clean. Okay, camels over here, you can see they're all drinking from there. Same thing, they're going to be using their tongues, and that tongue is going to mix with the water. The tongue has saliva on there. Okay, so you can see here they're all drinking. It looks very, very tasty water. They're all there. Okay, right, he's gone away. So let's write this down then. So surul adami wa ma yukal lahmu tahir. So a human being, whether it's male, female, Muslim, non-Muslim, doesn't matter, their saliva by default is considered to be clean, pure. Okay, so let's make a note of that. Write this down for yourselves as well. What about cows, animals that we can eat? Ma yu'kal lahmuhu, whose meat we can eat. Any animal whose meat we can eat, their saliva is considered to be clean, and therefore their su'ur is clean. Right, put a tick there as well. Right, what other animals are there? Animals like dogs. Can we eat dogs? Pigs. Can we eat pigs? Siba al-baha'im, predatory animals. Can we eat those? Okay. Oops. It's supposed to be animals, not birds. Animals. Predatory animals. We cannot eat any of these. So, for example, like, oh, this is a pig, right? If you guys don't like looking at pigs drinking water, I advise you guys to turn away now. So this pig is actually drinking water, and you can see its tongue is going to be mixing in with that water. Saliva is going to be mixing in. We can't drink that water. Now it's become impure, and we cannot do wudu with it. Right, so this is another is a dog. So I gave you an image of the dog before, and you can see its tongue mixing in with the water, so therefore the water is contaminated. Here's a coyote, animal, predatory animal. Again, it's drinking from the water. If you notice, the water is moving, and its tongue's going to be wet, and so water, we cannot use that water at all. Right, so it's going to be considered impure for us. Okay, what else is there? Okay, cats. What about cats? Now a question for you guys. You guys answer this question. Can we eat cats? According to Hanafis, no, we cannot eat cats. So therefore, what would the ruling of its su'ur be? if the cat's saliva went into the water, what would its ruling be? Yeah, should be impure, shouldn't it? Okay, what about chickens? Can we eat chickens? Yes. Okay, so if a chicken was to drink from water, what should the ruling of that water be? Think about that. And what about a predatory bird? A predatory bird. Yeah, predatory bird. What about that? Like an eagle or a falcon or anything like that? Can we eat those? No. What about the ruling of its saliva? What should it be? So these are some things for you guys to think about. All right. Besides that, what else do we have? We have animals that live in the homes. Domestic animals, like we call them. Not really kind of domestic pets, but more like animals that, you know, wander around the house. People's houses usually find them in. In England, in the UK where I am, you usually find mice in the house. Okay, so in some places you find snakes wandering about the house, in the walls, in the ground, on the floor. So mice and snakes. What's the ruling of eating a mouse? What's the ruling of eating a snake? So if we know the ruling of its flesh, then we know the ruling of the water that's going to be left over after it drinks from it. So here he actually says that it's makruh. So makruh is a different word from najis. Najis I put across. Makruh actually means not permissible, but it's lesser. So these animals are lesser. Their impurity is considered to be less than the impurity of dogs, pigs, and predatory animals. Okay. If you actually noticed, I've actually corrected that predatory birds thing on there on the left hand corner. Anyway, so let me put 2 ticks for that then. So two crosses for two crosses for dogs, pigs, and predatory animals. That means absolutely impure. And 1 cross for these animals. So they're lesser. And if you want to know more about why this is the case, you can read the more advanced books. And in the advanced books, it goes into a lot of detail, like Hidayah, for example. And if you guys want me to do Hidayah videos, and you're very interested in that, maybe inshallah in the future, you guys can I can do those videos for you guys as well, inshallah. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is a cat. Look at this cat. Look at the tongue of the cat. Closed his eyes, enjoying this water, nice water. And the tongue goes in, and you can see mixes. So technically, that water should be impure, shouldn't it? It should be actually najis. It shouldn't be makruh. It should absolutely be najis. But we haven't called najis. Chicken as well. Chicken actually should be fine, because we can eat chickens, can't we? So these are free-ranging chickens, so roaming, mukhallat, you call it in Arabic. هذه دجاجات مخلات. These are chickens that free roam, wander around on their own. They're not caged up. They're not like locked in, where their beaks cannot reach their feet. Okay, so these are drinking from that water. Notice how they drink. They put their beaks in, and then they lift up their necks and allow that water to fall down the throat. Okay, so therefore, technically, its tongue doesn't touch the water. What touches the water is its beak. So the beak is actually contaminated, possibly with filth from the ground. So because when they peck on the ground, their beaks get contaminated, whatever's on the ground, their filth and other things. That's why it's considered makruh. Not because the saliva is impure, but because the beak itself is contaminated. Okay, this is a kestrel. So if again, kestrels, their flesh we can't eat. But the thing again here is the same as the other birds, chickens. When they drink, they don't put their tongues into the water. They actually scoop it up, and then they let it roll down their throats. But the beak, because it's going to be a predatory bird, it's going to be eating flesh, haram, animals for us. So therefore, its beak is contaminated with impurities. So when it dips its beak into the water, most likely the water is going to become impure. Okay, so you can see it nice and happy, sipping the water. Oh yes, enjoying it. Okay, let's have a little more. Look at this. All right, next one. Next is this snake. Now the snake, as you can see, really enjoying it. It's drinking. So therefore, we definitely know the snake's tongue is actually contaminating the water. So it should actually fall under the category of dogs and pigs and predatory animals. Okay, so but it's makruh, and mouse as well. Or if you don't like mice, right? Don't look at this now. Turn away, guys. Okay, so this mouse, it's enjoying itself. It's drinking water. It's probably in someone's house, someone's kitchen. So these animals are considered to be makruh. Why makruh? The snake and the mice is because these are animals that frequent the house and make life very difficult for everyone if we had to always spill the water away after a snake drank from it or a mouse drank from it. We all know how difficult that is in our houses. So this is why the Hanafis say that the ruling for animals that frequent your house is a bit different, it's lesser. Okay. And donkeys finally, and mules. Anyone know the difference between a donkey and a mule? Any ideas? Anyone know? Right, so the difference between the two, let me tell you this. Right, so let me show you a picture, an image of a donkey and a mule. So here's a donkey and a mule. As you can see, top one's a mule, bottom one's a donkey. Mule actually looks more like a horse. Donkey looks more like a donkey. So the difference between the two, now I'm going to use some scruffy writing here. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen draw here, so the writing is being a bit scruffy, but hopefully you guys will be able to read it. So a donkey is actually born from a male and female donkey. Okay, so male and female donkeys. What do you call a female donkey? Please put it in the comments. What you call a female donkey. Okay, and a mule is actually born from a horse and a donkey, but it has to be, or it is usually, I think it's in most cases, it's actually born from a female horse. What do you call a female horse? Put it in the comments below. And a male donkey. Okay, so that's how you get a mule. And they are sterile, they don't give birth, and that's it. So you'll never get a mule which is a father or a mother of another mule. So you can see images here as well. You can Google all this stuff. I just want to show you this. So these are the differences. Have a look at that between the horse and donkey and mules. And it's good to know this kind of information. Okay, here's a drawing for you guys, or a video. So I got it from YouTube. This video is a donkey drinking water. You can see its tongue is going to be touching the water. Can we eat donkeys? No, we can't. Why can't we eat donkeys? Well, because the Prophet ﷺ prohibited us. Okay, but the donkey's saliva is actually considered to be doubtful. Why is that? Now, they say the reason for this is because the donkey itself, the Prophet ﷺ, he rode a donkey, and we've never found the Prophet ﷺ cleaning himself from the sweat and moisture that comes from a donkey. So if that's the case, that means the sweat should be in the same ruling as the saliva, and therefore the saliva should be clean. So because one aspect is saying impure, one aspect is saying clean, we say mashkuk. Donkeys and mules are mashkuk. If you want to learn more about this, hidayah is the next step for you guys. Okay, so if a person has a bucket of water which has been drank by a donkey, sort of a donkey or a mule, should he do wudu? So the scholars say what he does is he does wudu and he does tayammum as well, dry ablution. Chapter of dry ablution will come later on, so you don't have to worry too much about that, inshallah. And I'm not going to be going into it now, so don't put in the comments, guys, say what is tayammum. That's going to come later on, inshallah. Dry ablution. So you first can do wudu and then do tayammum if you want, or you can do tayammum first and you can do wudu second. Up to you. Both are totally fine. And the Mukhtasar al-Qudoori author Imam Qudoori has no problem with this. So let's finally have a translation of this. So Su'ur Adami, the leftover water of a human being, and that which his flesh is eaten, or whose flesh is eaten. Tahir is clean. So cows, goats, camels, etc. All these animals, even kangaroos, I suppose, kangaroos. Su'rul kalb, the leftover water of a dog, of a pig, siba al-bahaim, predatory animals, are all these animals are considered to be najis. This su'ur is all najis. It's all considered to be najis. Okay, two crosses there for that. And then su'rul hirra. Okay, so the su'ur of the hirra, leftover water of a cat. And dajaja mukhallat is a free ranging dajaja, chicken, right? If it's not free ranging, then the ruling is different. If you want to read more, hidayah. Saba al-bahaim, predatory birds, and ma yaskunu al-buyut, which lives in the homes, mithl hayya, like snakes and mice, are makruh. Okay, finally the last line of a very long lesson today. Okay, cats, chickens, predatory birds, domestic animals are all makruh. Let me just do that. And finally, the su'rul himar, the leftover water of a donkey and a mule is doubtful. Yeah, mashkuk fi, is doubt in it. Fa'in, or in them too. Fa'in lam yajid, if he does not find anything besides them two, meaning if a hypothetical man is in a situation where he does not find any other water besides the water of these two animals, a bucket that's been drank by a mule or a donkey, what should he do? Tawadda'a bihima, he should do wudu with the two waters, i.e. the water drunk by a donkey, drunk by a mule, wa tayammum, and do tayammum, wa bi ayyihima bada'a, and whichever one he starts with, jaza, it's permissible. Okay, so that's that basically. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, jazakumullah khair. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. And if you want to support my channel, then you can support my channel through Patreon, right? You can have the link is going to be in the description below. The more you guys support my channel, the more I can make lots and lots of more videos, high quality videos, inshallah. So we can go through the entire Qudoori and other books you guys want to go through as well. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah khair, and a special thanks to all of my patrons who are amazing people who are helping with this channel and doing some amazing work inshallah in the future. I want to make lots of videos, you guys know, on different topics, different books, so that people anywhere around the world can have access to high quality Islamic education inshallah. So if you want to become a patron, then please click on the link in the description or on the patron sign. Click on that inshallah, and hopefully it will take you to my Patreon page. Jazakumullah khair.